Hey team. So it's July 7th and I'm with my family, totally up in the mountains, Big Rock Candy Mountain Ranch in Utah. It's beautiful up here. Um, and I just went on a 12-mile bike ride with Monty and wanted to tell you about my experience because I felt like it could be applied really well as a motivational message for you, and I'm sure someone needs to hear it. And I think for me it was just a really great reminder and an opportunity to experience more gratitude on my end. So anyways, we went on this amazing bike ride. So first of all, hard enough being here because we've stayed here before and we have cabins, obviously. And the last time we stayed here, we had Wi-Fi, and so I was like, oh my gosh, this amazing sale, the double bonuses, like, I'll just take a power hour each day while I'm up there, and I can still, like, rock this sale out the way I want to and all that stuff. So we get up here, and it's like new management, no Wi-Fi, no cellular service whatsoever. And, that's nice to just be able to, like, completely unplug for a few days at a time. But it's hard for me when I feel like I'm missing out on an opportunity because we've got this awesome sale. We've got the opportunity to help people rank and take advantage of these double bonuses. We've got tons of people that could re-rank and take advantage of bonuses, and I feel like I'm stuck here. Like, this is a hard time to unplug. But anyways, so that's one part of my experience here, I guess, and it just continues. That's why I'm not doing a Facebook Live because I have no service, but I was like, I have to get this message on video before it's not as fresh and impactful and powerful, I guess. So anyways, downpour rain today. It was beautiful, like everything, just such an amazing day. We went tubing on the river, long tube ride. Huge crack of thunder right before we left, like lightning struck right by us, but the skies were like clear. It was crazy. So we were like, well, should we go or should we not? We felt good about going, so we decided we were just gonna go because it's better to go and get it done fast if there was a storm coming. Anyways, long story short, it worked out perfect. It was like beautiful the whole time we were there, and an hour after we got off the river, it just downpoured for like probably 30-45 minutes straight, just downpour. Beautiful though. It's so incredible. And so after it clears up and everything's not quite so muddy, we decide, okay, we're gonna take a bike ride because there's this beautiful bike trail along here, and we've done it many times before, and it was just like perfect weather because it was nice and cool. The smell in the mountains after it rains, and the mosquitoes weren't bugging us because everything's all wet, and it's just like the sun is just starting to get lower, and it's so beautiful. So we jump on our bikes, we take off. Like, it is just the most incredible ride. Like, the lighting is gorgeous for pictures, the most beautiful scenery. Like, such an easy ride, and it smelled like heaven. It was so amazing, and we're just enjoying it. And the whole time out, I was literally just like praying the whole time, like gratitude. Like, I can't believe this is my life. Like, Monty's there with me. He's there with me every single day, as most of you know. Like, because of Plexus, we were so blessed to be able to have him quit his job, which was very stressful. As a Las Vegas Metro officer working at the jail graveyard shift, miserable job, but thank goodness for those who do it. Very stressful on him and our family. Long story short, so we're so blessed. We're here, like, we can go take off and do these things whenever we want. Like, our business is mobile. This is what we do, and it's incredible. It's such an incredible way to live. And with our boys off for the summer, like, we can just pick up and go whenever we want. You know what I mean? So just feeling like so overwhelmingly blessed. And I just had like this prayer in my heart the whole time. Like, I can't believe this is my life. Like, this is not something I ever could have or should have expected growing up, just because I grew up in, lots of love in my home, but super, super hard, off for like even what most people would consider to be the basics, I guess. You know what I mean? And some of you have heard that before, like, you know, grew up on food stamps and like we never had our cars registered. We, at one point I remember we didn't have brakes in our car, like never really could afford new clothes or, you know, any extras at all. And, you know, I'm grateful for that life and I'm grateful for that experience. But because of the life that I'm living now and what's been provided for my family and, you know, the opportunities and the freedoms that we have and the blessings that we have, it's just so overwhelming. So like I'm praying the whole time out there, like I can't believe this. And I kept saying to Monty, like, can you believe this is our life? Like we say that to each other a lot now. And so I just kept like this prayer in my heart, so much gratitude. And then it was just so beautiful and so easy that we decided to just go all the way. So it's 6 miles out. And so we get to the end, we turn around and we're like, okay. And Monty said, it's going to be a little tougher on the way back because it's going to be mostly uphill. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like totally feels good outside and all that stuff. What I didn't notice, as soon as we turned around, there's totally this tailwind that was pushing us the whole way out there, and it was mostly downhill. I didn't even notice it until we turned around. So we turn around and there's like this tailwind or like headwind on us now the whole time. And at times it's like pretty swift and it really felt like it was pushing me backwards, and I'm not at all in like shape the way that Monty is. Like he's a hardcore, you know, workout extremist, I guess you'd call it, but this girl, like, she doesn't work out regularly ever. Okay, life is just my workout, taking care of my animals and all that stuff. But thanks to Plexus, I'm not in bad shape either, and I can hold my own. So we're headed back, and all of a sudden it starts raining. Like, so we have this headwind forcing us, and we're going mostly uphill, and it's getting really tiring, and it starts raining, and I'm getting really thirsty. My throat's getting dry, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a 12-mile ride, and we didn't bring any water. And so I had to like dig deep, and I was speaking a lot of positivity to myself the whole way back, and that's something that I do a lot now. I've learned more and more. It's like, you know, the whole time I was telling myself, you know, my legs are so strong, and this wind is, this breeze is great. It keeps me cool. These raindrops are a blessing because they're keeping us cool. All these things. And, you know, the uphill, you know, this is great because I'm getting stronger and all these things, but it was hard. And I had to push myself, but I never stopped pedaling. And it just really, all of a sudden, I had this memory, and it made me realize, like, this could be a big lesson that someone needs to hear of experience of, you know, some of the things that I've gone through and that anyone that will go through to get to the level of success that we have reached with Plexus and the blessings that we have achieved. Because there's times when you feel like you keep turning around and looking at your team and you're like, why am I so blessed? Why me? Like, why was I chosen to be the diamond of this amazing team? I feel so incredibly grateful for that, and I never, ever take it for granted. But then there's times that this really helped me remember. Like, there's times too where I am grabbing, like spreading my arms, grabbing behind me, and like trudging forward and pulling those behind me. And one particular lesson or experience that came to mind is when I very first became Emerald. Like, it was the biggest blessing ever that I promoted in September 2015, because the next month, October 1st, 2015, they changed the whole website, and it was a complete apocalypse, let's say that, of a website. Like, all hell broke loose, if you don't mind my, pardon my French, but oh my gosh, you guys, I kid you not, like, I literally was in that storm, and I had to like not only like trudge forward and put my head down and just take the rain that was pouring down and the wind that was blowing against my face, but I had to like spread my arms and shelter those that were behind me, because you're going to reach a point it's going to happen. Anyone that reaches the jewel levels or really high success, really, I think with anything in life, but particularly here, I had to like literally spread my arms and like shelter those behind me and just trudge as hard as I could. And it was exhausting, you guys. You could ask Monty or anyone that was closest to me at that time. I literally filled probably 4 full-size notebooks, just non-stop, like writing down issues. And I was constantly either on hold with the jewel line or talking to them, and sometimes I would be on the phone with them for 2 hours getting things straightened out. And this, I mean, God bless Plexus. Plexus thought they had their best intentions with this. It was like, I mean, everything they were promised and nothing they received with this website, like a total catastrophe. And they just did the best they could and pushed forward, and that's what we had to do. But I was thinking, you know, there's going to be times where you feel like you are literally like dragging the people behind you, but you get to a point where you've come this far and there's no turning back, because we were on our way back to our camp, to our home base. We knew my sister-in-law was cooking dinner. We would be dry, we'd have shelter, our family was there waiting for us, and there was like literally no choice but to keep moving forward. And so you will hit a point, or several times you'll hit a point where it's not even an option, but you have to like dig so deep and have enough faith and picture the end and have enough vision, not just for yourself, but for those that you've helped see that vision and you've really fed them that vision and the end sight, the finish line. You've painted that picture with them, and there is absolutely no turning back. You cannot let them see you slow down. You cannot let them see you stop. And so you just spread your arms to shelter them from the wind and the rain, and you put your head down and you just push forward. So 6 miles back, almost the whole time, the wind was in our faces. My head, it just kept raining. I was thirsty. I was hot. I was like, oh my gosh. It was just such a big reminder of that experience. And I was like, thank goodness I had reached the point of no return. And I had enough vision to not just carry myself and keep pushing myself forward, but to shelter some of the people that I'd brought with me. And so that's just an experience that I wanted to share with you. Sorry this turned out to be so long, but I hope it was helpful. I hope it was motivating. And I just will tell you, I would have gone through everything that I went through 1,000 times to be where I'm at now. And there's no finish line. Like, there's no destination, because there's still forward to go. There's still more people to bless, more lives to touch, more people to help, more opportunity, more blessings to come. But like, you have to hit that point of no return, and you have to have so much belief, and you have to just keep the home base like running through your head the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? So it's powerful, you guys. Positive talk, always moving forward, even if it's slow at times, because you'll also hit the downhills where it's just you're coasting. The rain lets up, it smells beautiful, the lighting is gorgeous, and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I so blessed? So we go through that, right? Life in general, but to hit those biggest blessings here, so worth it. So anyways, I love you guys. Sorry that was so long, but I hope it speaks some hope to you, gives you some faith, gives you some encouragement, helps you put your head down when needed, because sometimes we'll need it. Sometimes we'll be like, how am I so blessed? You know what I mean? So incredible. All right, I love you guys.